Upon you. We're gonna, don't worry about the mess, we're gonna sweep this up later. It's pouring down on you, pouring down on you, pouring down on you. There's enough.
Oh, whatever you
Whoa! And it goes to the tractor.
Nope, some goes to the cow.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a lot of waste along the way. So it's just something to demonstrate the transfer of energy and how it can never be completely efficiently transferred. But
We've organized the lessons in the binders is around our 5-strand plan. So these are basically the background of understanding how we use energy, how we can save energy, and essentially why we want to save energy around climate change.
we also have a toolkit manual that's in all of your toolkits. Kilowatt meter. You basically just plug it into an outlet or into a power strip. Plug whichever appliance you want to find out the wattage of, and it'll show up right here. And figuring out the lighting levels of your school is the foot candle light meter. And when you're ready to take your light reading, pop off the cap, get out of the shadow, and just read it. Care to take the reading for me?
23.9.
23.9, okay. So we're a little underlit. You can do the ceiling, 72. The lights, if I can aim, 85. But this is what we call the building stethoscope. It's really best for listening for drafts around windows and walls. I think my brothers did it for me. I just let my brothers do it.
I saw the little squares you can see in there. So that means it's magnetic.
And can you tell me anything about what the fact that those are magnetic ballasts, what that means?
It means that they're old and they're not as efficient.
So what did you discover?
Well, we discovered two things. One, that the monitor is about 50 watts. The computer itself is over 100 watts. But if you put it on standby, it goes down to 10 watts and 5 for the computer and 5 watts for the monitor. So just putting your computers on standby saves a huge amount.
How did you gather the data about the computers?
Well, we took our kilowatt meter.
Does anyone want to start and tell us what they learned with their toolkit, what they investigated?
Well, we did the monitor, and it was about 50 kilowatts. And then we put them on standby, and the monitor was 5, and the computer was 10.
That was fun. The TV screen was about 105 or 100 and something, maybe it was 150. But the light over there, there's a theater light, a studio light, that was 250 degrees Fahrenheit.
I went over there because I thought that was a vent where I should have heard some air or something coming in. It's not, nothing is coming in over there. So that also let me know why the temperature over there when I used the room, the temperature thing was only 67 in that part of the room too. So I used two things over there.
There's no heat coming out of that.
Right, and that part of the room from here over that way is the coldest part of this room.
I went out in the hallway there where there were two doors on opposite sides, and the door that the sun was shining on was 90 degrees, and the door on the opposite side was 70 degrees.
Final copy, because this is actually a carbon.
Like early December.
Like early December?
We should talk about it in terms of estimated savings.
Right, like we could do stuff like that. You could have a thing where every hour you take a measurement with the door open, with the door closed.
The value, okay.
offer that.
Community.
Okay, that's what I put. Introduce energy information to all elementary classes.
You
Should
got
we do
it.
that here?
And then saving energy in the school, all students will collect data.
These are all really great ideas too.
This is getting ready to start a unit in her 7th grade class on energy. So she's going to redesign that unit using some of these materials as much as possible and also using the tools in the kit to get her kids more engaged in that topic. And we have this dormant sustainability committee. And so we're looking at this as a way of sort of jump-starting, getting the sustainability committee alive again and using energy efficiency as one of the threads of that committee.
We have a Wednesday in-house presentation, closed-circuit television into all the classrooms during the homeroom period or advisory period. We were thinking that we would do student PSAs on energy every Wednesday, maybe 2 minutes at the beginning of each of those presentations. We're also looking at having the student energy auditors, having them trained, and having them trained to go out to an elementary school to train those students to become energy auditors. And then finally, we were talking about doing a careers in energy fair for the high school students.
I don't know if it's doable, but here's an idea. I've always wanted to do podcasts with my 3rd graders. And
Easy as pie.
yeah, and that's, but doing a podcast related to energy, but it comes from the kids, that's going to go right to the parents, and they're going to think it's so cool because their kids are telling them about it.
Definitely, and that's something we could share with our programs in California, New York, and Florida. If you know, it's something that you want to share with other students as well.
Well, one idea that we had was maybe getting an international partner, especially in developing countries maybe who are working with the same issues to try and compare where the energy is wasted and the ways that people have of saving it.
Part of an ongoing project, maybe half or 2/3 of the facilities have already been renovated, but we're thinking towards LEED certification on this final round, and that's already in the works, but we want to get the students involved in at least being aware of what's going on. It's not that they're going to influence the actual planning process necessarily, but at least understanding what's being done, perhaps monitoring some of the energy savings or water use savings or whatever it is that comes out of that. Mark here is our facilities manager, and he said their staff would be willing to do building tours for the students. So I think that would be useful in providing awareness.
Well, the first one we're going to do, we said the school energy map that we thought would be really fun for the 8th grade and 5th grade to work together in teams and collect data, do some graphs, and see where we're at.